According to PwC, only 19% of software engineers in the UK are female. 19%. And female software engineers earn 9% less than male software engineers. So I want to talk about my experience as a female software engineer, as a woman in tech, as a female in a very male-dominated industry, and just give advice to other female software engineers or other women in male-dominated industries. I just want to start by saying that I personally haven't experienced any sexism at work, and I've worked with some really great male colleagues who've also been great friends of mine, and I've had some great male managers, some really great male mentors. And this video is not about dividing the genders, it's more about empowering women in tech and just kind of offering my advice to other women that are maybe already in the field of software engineering. Maybe you're in another male-dominated industry, or maybe you're a female looking to get into tech. My goal is to provide guidance and just share what's helped me thrive in this male-dominated industry, and hopefully help us all succeed in an industry that needs more diverse voices and more diverse people. So first things first, you are meant to be there. Whatever role you're in, whatever role you've managed to get, you are meant to be there. You are in that role for a reason, and you got the job for a reason. You have the skills and the knowledge, and don't let your self-doubt get in the way. Imposter syndrome is real. It's a real thing, let me tell you. I have been through and experienced imposter syndrome so many times, and I still experience it now. And it's very common, so if you experience it, you're definitely not the only person that does. I think females definitely experience it more than men, and this is just to tell you that you are capable of doing that job and you are meant to be there. Now, the second piece of advice is I want you to challenge stereotypes. So I think a lot of people think of software engineering as a man's job, and females maybe aren't capable of doing it, or females don't have the brain for it. But I want you to really challenge that, because you know and I know that we are capable of it, and I don't want you to let other people's opinions or other stereotypes kind of dampen what work you are able to achieve. I want you to use those stereotypes and maybe the opinions of others to kind of fuel your work and fuel your career forwards, not the opposite. And if you find yourself in a team where maybe you're the only female, because that's happened to me many times, I want you to use that as your strength and use your voice and your unique perspective to help excel your career and excel the team. And just remember that gender doesn't define how well you will do in your career. Be proud that you are a woman in tech representing women, and you can excel just as much as men can in this field. The next point is also about stereotypes, but maybe this time we can use those stereotypes to our advantage. So generally, people say that females are a lot better at communicating. We have those kind of softer skills that men might not have as well, stereotypically. And so I just want you to play on this a bit more. If you find that you're great at communicating and great at the people side of things, really use that to your advantage. There are so many different aspects within being a software engineer that rely on these skills. Being a software engineer is not just all about coding. To get far, you need to have those people skills. For example, sometimes you might need to have many difficult conversations, maybe around team conflicts, or maybe it's about negotiating a pay rise. Use your skills of communication and empathy, understanding to get through those conversations. Another skill which is really, really valuable for software engineers is being able to explain complex problems in simple terms. You will find yourself working with developers and other technical people, but also non-technical people, like maybe product owners, maybe business analysts, project managers, maybe different stakeholders across the business. So you will need to be able to break down complex technical ideas into simpler to understand ideas. And that's where you can really use your communication skills to help get you further. Okay, next point is a really important one, and that's don't be afraid to ask for a pay rise. When I got my first job as a software engineer, I immediately said to myself, don't be one of those stereotypical females that don't ask for a pay rise. And typically, men are paid more because they ask for more. Men are not afraid to ask. I know that's another stereotype, but generally, men are more willing to ask for more money than females. And typically, men are more likely to apply for jobs where they don't fit all of the criteria than females are. So for example, a man might fit maybe 3 out of 10 criteria on a job, and a female may fit, say, even 4 out of 10, but the male is more likely to apply than the female. So as women, I think we need to have more confidence in asking for a pay rise in terms of knowing what we deserve and knowing our capabilities, but then also having confidence to push for things that may be slightly out of our comfort zone. And in that sense, I try and always go through my career thinking, will this male colleague ask for that? And if he would, why can't I? Now, the next piece of advice is find yourself a mentor. Seek out mentors who can offer guidance, support, maybe it's technical help, but maybe it's non-technical help. And maybe you just need someone to chat to about your career in general or just your day-to-day life at work. Your mentor can be someone at work, maybe someone who's higher up in their career than you, maybe someone who is at a position that you want to be at in a few years' time. Or maybe they can be someone from a different company, maybe someone from a different industry, maybe someone you've never met, maybe someone that you can message through LinkedIn. I think mentors are important for so many different reasons, and I've had several in my career. I've had a mix of different levels and different companies, both at my company and outside of my company, and I've had a mix of both male and female. And I would really advise reaching out to different people. You don't just need one mentor, you can have several. I think it's good to get a range of different people, and both male and female, just to offer different perspectives. And just having a mentor that you can turn to for advice or discuss anything that you need can be so valuable. And for people that might be scared to reach out to people for a mentor, I would say get rid of that fear, because a lot of the time mentors are so happy to help out mentees or even just have a single conversation. You can start the conversation by just a brief chat, and it can go on there and be a slightly more informal mentorship type role. Mentee-mentor relationship. And I'd say that it really helps both sides, so don't be afraid of asking. And then the last piece of advice I would say is to support other women. And I'd say this in every scenario, in every industry, every aspect of life. I think women should always support women and help build each other up and help support each other's successes, celebrate each other's successes, and help each other succeed. I really think that people in general are stronger working together, but I also think there's so much power in women working together and help elevate each other. When you see one person succeed, it makes you happy, makes you also want to succeed, helps them succeed, helps make you both want to succeed together. And I think only goodness can come out of supporting other women. When we know that it's sometimes very tough as a woman in different industries and can be quite hard to get ahead, any support helps, and the world would be a much better place, and people would get a lot further if we all supported each other and worked together. And find yourself a community online. Maybe it's a women in tech community, maybe you have one at your company. But being a part of that community really helps make such a difference in your performance, other people's performance, and even just building connections and finding friendships. If you make one friendship from joining a Women in Tech network, that's a positive and you've won something there. So I'd say it's definitely worth reaching out to other female people in tech, other females in your industry, and just working together to support each other and uplift each other. So I hope you got something out of this video, and I hope I've inspired you or encouraged you to continue your journey as a woman in tech or female in a male-dominated industry. I hope that you feel inspired to reach out to other females and build connections and let's continue succeeding together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below anything you want to see next.